Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday where Steve and I sit around this table right here telling you, everybody out there who's watching or listening, what is coming up on Sunday. So Steve, what is coming up on Sunday?
Fringe.
The
Fringe. If you can see in your mind's eye, billowing clouds rolling in at dusk. And then, as the sun sets, there's this glossy ink, shimmery goo that comes out of the clouds.
There's a goo in the clouds, everybody. There's a picture right there that Steve was painting in your heads right now.
Flashes of lightning. Boom. Thunder rolls. Boom. And then a bright shimmery light shines through the oily goo. The oily goo.
Oily goo.
Oh, talk about Epsom salt bath. You got to check in to hear about that.
Right.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Fringe all over the place. Dare I mention topics because a lot of what we do, it's a topical approach,
Right.
unlike a topical cream that, might take
That you might apply.
that itch away.
Yeah, because we get into, and the Fringe talk is not, sometimes we get into sci-fi. We do touch on that and
Yep.
some of that. But, yeah, so without...
Chupacabra.
Right. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff that we touch on. And then we also make sure to put it out there for everybody else. What are the Fringe elements that you're dealing in right now? What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you hearing out there as far as the Fringe goes? So
I really appreciate the things that you've heard recently concerning the ancestral descendant of First Nations coming, out of South America.
right.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I think an argument could be made for the, I would say Eskimo, but is it Inuit?
I think so.
Yeah. And so, certainly, hey, just hashtag don't want to offend.
Right.
But yeah. So we talk about Fringe, and we do point you in different directions of what is going on, where you can take in more content to find out more because there's so much that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
Hey, interesting tidbit.
Fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Chicago-based.
Okay.
We are in the 20th year celebration of Yankee Foxtrot Hotel by Wilco.
Huh.
Yep, and they're releasing like a box set album with like 85 other tracks that weren't even introduced on this. And it's
Wow.
There's been a lot of chit and chat going on the airwaves.
Chit and chat.
Yeah. Well, if you have chatter, what about the chitter? Which is totally different than cheddar.
It's
There's a better cheddar. I personally like mature aged
cheddar?
Irish cheddar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like aged Irish cheddar too.
Yeah. It's buttery.
Very buttery.
Yes. But yeah, so Wilco, one of my favorite groups. And then I actually realized as I was taking this in the past 2 or 3 days that with the celebration of it, they started out and they were doing like I think they did concerts in New York, and then they're doing concerts here in Chicago. I think, fact check me, I think they sold out both concerts within an hour in both places, and the venues ended up extending. And in Chicago, they're doing this 3 nights in a row to sold out crowds. My understanding is on Saturday night, they're live streaming the concert. And I don't know if there's a cost to the live stream. But if you want to peer through the gate of Steve's mind
Yeah.
and say, sonically, why does this even make sense to him? I have no idea. I just know the first time I saw them on, I'm pretty sure it was Iowa Public Television, Austin City Limits. I saw Wilco, and I just like musically, it just felt so good.
It's this weekend.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was thinking. I was like, I thought you were talking about summertime or something.
No. This
it's
week,
like, yeah,
it's happening this weekend. Saturday, there's a live stream.
Auditorium Theater.
Yeah,
Where is that?
I don't know. I mean,
Let's click on it.
hey, you know how like when you're at church and you ask a question and the little kids shout out Jesus?
Yeah.
So when you're like, hey, where is that? How about I say Chicago?
And that's pretty much what it says too. It says Auditorium Theater, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh my gosh.
Like, hey, thanks. Apparently, there are some tickets in the upper balcony.
Really? What are they running?
$15.
On which day?
Friday.
Wow.
It looks like if you're moving on up, gallery right, $63. Gallery left, $57. And then there's a bunch of some balcony stuff that's kind of scattered out yeah, so it's on StubHub, which means it's probably somebody who's reselling the ticket back.
Oh.
So that's how it was sold out initially, and then
And so people take a stab and they go buy a bunch of tickets,
Yeah.
and then they sell it on StubHub in what, for money?
yeah, so then StubHub takes, a cut of the cost, and then the seller can actually have they can so it's 50 East Congress Parkway.
Huh.
That's where Auditorium Theater is.
All right.
Morton Grove. No, that's not Morton Grove. That's
I know
Chicago.
I know where Morton Grove is.
I
That's
think.
north.
Mm-hmm. But that's not where Congress, East Congress Parkway. 50 Congress Street? No. Auditorium Theater. Yeah, give it to me. It's right off of Michigan and Ida B. Wells is where. So it's the Congress Hotel is right there.
Oh yeah, where so when you're driving in and you see the Cattle Congress over thing, it's down in that area?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you could definitely get there by
What's the name of the
mass
place
transit.
again?
So Auditorium Theater.
Huh. I wonder if that's where we saw the I don't know, like Japanese ballet or something like that. Interesting.
Could be.
Wow.
Could be.
Yeah, I just had heard that they were sold out, so I didn't even try to even contemplate or consider.
Yeah. So you should definitely, if snag some of those tickets. Unfortunately, I will not be here. So you're pretty close to like Millennium Park, Maggie Daly Park. That's all.
Yeah.
In that same section. So
know right where we're at.
Okay.
Hey, new person of interest to listen to.
Yeah.
Andrew Bird.
Andrew Bird.
He is known. He is known for like violin, but he's touring with Iron and Wine in Chicago August 12th, and he's going to be at the Salt Shed.
The Salt Shed.
Which I understand to be like an opening, like a newly opened venue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Salt Shed, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you know? Andrew Bird and Iron and Wine.
Yeah. I'm telling you, those tickets aren't cheap. They're not like going to see Elton John expensive,
Right.
but
Where he can keep saying, "Hey, this is my last tour," and then, which I don't. Maybe it is going to be.
He started that tour pre-COVID, and the travel to the U.S.
Yeah.
that was supposed to take place, like those dates were all happening as COVID hit, the global pandemic arena. And so now that and he's selling out stadiums. So when you're dealing with proximity, ticket sales, and the volume of people who want to see, but I heard somebody talking about it. Hey, you know what? That was doing some research this week for a project that I have coming up this weekend. I found that probably the most quoted person in the world is anonymous.
What do you know?
Bad dad joke, huh? I mean, there's all these quips and sayings and stuff like that, and I was like, anonymous. I heard a guy say the other day, but yeah, so it's the old Morton Salt building.
Yeah.
Near Pulaski Park.
Yeah.
Down near Goose Island. Is that where Goose Island Brewery is?
It is, yep.
Ah.
Yeah, and Goose Island, I think down there's a bunch of different breweries too, so.
Yeah.
Like all in that island.
Piva Beer Spa.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Age Korean Steakhouse. East Village, Ukrainian Village. West Town. Oh, River North. I see. There's the Wrigley Building. Chicago Theater. That Chicago Theater is where we saw
Avett Brothers.
Avett Brothers. Avett Brothers. So I'm seriously thinking about Andrew Bird, listening, finding out more about him. If he's touring with Iron and Wine is definitely listener type. And so, yeah.
Yeah, the Salt Shed doesn't even come up on my maps when I'm plugging it in.
It just, the Salt Shed, here's the latest. The new music venue at Chicago's historic Morton Salt Factory will open this summer for outdoor concerts with some notables.
Yeah, I'm zooming in on the Goose Island area.
It is here. It's right here. So there's Goose Island.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Yeah. So it's right on.
You're about a 2-minute drive from the Home Depot.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in case you're there for a venue and you want to go pick up some wood.
South of Lincoln Park. Yeah. So Andrew Bird, I bring that out because, Gregory Alan Isaacoff, if you're talking about David Ramirez, Noah Gunderson, I mean, some of these silky, smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I think Andrew Bird, when he sings, he sounds British. I don't know that that's the case. But anyway, for our listeners, if you're looking for a different voice to listen to and you like it smooth and sultry, sultry at the Salt Shed.
Bringing that in.
I got terrible humor. But you know what, Phil, I appreciate the morning with you.
Yeah.
You've kind of brought me out of my slump.
It's good.
My anger is dispelled.
Well, it's always good. It's always good to be able to do that. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. You can have an ocean of emotion. Welling up inside.
Right.
And then, it just takes that. I think that takes us back to the importance of community.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the record, One thing that I would not want to trade, even for an alien encounter,
Yeah.
is I wouldn't want to trade it for isolation. I wouldn't want to trade it. Yeah. It's a really bad deal. So I might be getting close to needing to get a dog.
Well, you had looked at one point in time, but you hadn't really dug into it. Well, especially because you were putting new seed down. And
Yeah. And hey, by the way, even though it's been cold,
yeah.
the seed has been germinating.
Oh, good.
In the places where the sun radiates its warmth across the earth.
Yeah.
Very picturesque today, aren't I?
It is. You're painting all kinds of images.
Yeah, the little green seedlings are starting to sprout. And then I look at other places that I know I spread the same amount of seed in, and it's not, but it's in the cooler, shadowy regions.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's working out.
Yeah, that's fantastic news. Because it means that other things are allowed to grow even though haven't had a consistent 60s.
Yeah.
I think we're 64 right now. It just went up a degree.
Well, and it's going to get hot. I think tomorrow I'm picking stones down at the lake.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's going to be getting hot.
Like how hot?
80.
Oh, why?
Well, you're going to be gone this weekend. Why do you
it's
care?
Gonna be hot
well,
where
because
I'm gonna go too.
Shit just happens. I mean, like, things do get uncomfortable around here quickly.
Right.
Yeah, Saturday it pops to 80. We go from 60 to 80, and then we're back down to 70s, and then mid 40s, mid 50s. Again, continuing. When they say winter's coming,
yeah,
it just hasn't left.
Ooh, it's gonna be lovely in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
70 on Friday, 77 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that because they've got some 90s in their near future too, and so I was hoping it wasn't going to be that yet. So I'm glad to hear that I'm not going to go to 90-degree weather. Because I like to, in the springtime, have it be around the 70s, 60s, 70s. I kind of like and enjoy that nice climate right there. That for me is kind of a sweet spot right there.
The sweet spot.
60s, high 60s, low 70s.
If you're going to tickle Phil's sweet spot,
right,
it's in, high 60s, low 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. So you can find out what the two hairy beasts are going to be talking about. That might be a clue.
It might be a clue. A glimpse into the hairy beast.
Oh, man. And so we'll be on the search, taking a look and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we've teased you.
There's been some teasing.
But we certainly have trailered. I don't know what that means.
Right. But it sounds good.
Does it?
You've officially been trailered. Boom.
Boom. Trailer Friday. Hey, and if you want to do a shout out on your social media, you can shout out to Caitlin. She's going to be turning 22. We're going to celebrate that birthday. And you're like, what was that? And I'm like, I'm just talking to the aliens. What are you talking to? Mm-hmm. I'm going to cut that section out. Ouch!
It's been cut.
Boom. All right, everybody. Well, hey, hopefully as you're getting a little hold of this, maybe there's some break in the winter and maybe you get to get outside and enjoy it. Hey, when in doubt, just breathe. I think that might be like an absence of my practice. And so just breathe. Take a breath. Reground yourself. When the grass is green and it's warmer out, we can reset our circadian rhythm. Arcadium. I don't know. But, there's something about as the earthworms come up to take their first breath.
Circadian.
So it's circadian.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
The natural process.
Arcadian. Circadian.
Very similar.
Once again, we're here to help dispel any thought that we have any idea of what we're talking about.
Right.
If you showed up to say, I wonder what these guys really think, we don't know.
We're figuring it out as we go along.
Moment by moment, day by day,
Right.
as sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Oh, man. Yes. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care.